From final exam nerves to wedding day jitters, stress is a part of life. But not all stress is this. Simply put, there is good stress or eustress and bad stress. Which is stress, said Danielle Collins-Facteau, a licensed professional counselor at ThriveWorks in Virginia Beach. We know that avoiding stress is impossible in the world we live in, and small doses of good stress can be really motivating. For example, good stress can give us energy before a 5K run or help us perform better during a work presentation. This normal stress may come on suddenly or be something you plan for, but either way you know it will be relatively brief and you will be able to recover from it, said Sheehan Fisher, Feinberg Associate Professor of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences, Northwestern University School of Medicine. On the other hand, chronic stress is long-term and has no definitive end. And chronic stress can have a huge impact on you, both physically and mentally. It is important to remember that our bodies are well prepared to deal with stress in small doses. However, it is long-term or chronic stress that can seriously affect the body, and no body system is immune, Collins-Facteau said. There are many examples of chronic stressors, but often they are an unavoidable aspect of your life. For example, losing your glasses is a minor stressor that can probably be remedied by a visit to the eye doctor. But some of the problems that lead to chronic stress, such as medical problems, poverty, and living in a high-traffic area, may be unavoidable, explained Collins-Facteau. Another example of this is the prejudice that marginalized communities face. Racial discrimination, sexism, and homophobia can be common chronic stressors, Fisher said. For people in marginalized communities, discrimination and microaggressions are unfortunately commonplace. You've always had that your whole life, Fisher said, but it doesn't negate the long-term effects that this kind of chronic stress. Marginalized people know that they are always at risk of discrimination or bias. Although actual cases of discrimination do not occur every day, there is still a constant risk that it will occur may happen, he explained. Below. Therapists explain what health issues to watch out for if you're suffering from chronic stress and what steps you can take to keep your bad stress under control. 1. Rumination, which can disrupt sleep. Studies show that chronic stress can lead to insomnia, poor sleep quality, and more. What people often experience is that they have difficulty getting their mind and body to rest, Collins-Facteau said, which leads to people having a difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. If your chronic stressor is an inability to pay off accumulated debt, you won't be able to just stop thinking about it when it's time to go to bed. If anything, anxious thoughts can creep in when you're trying to fall asleep because there are fewer distractions to keep your mind away from the stressor. 2. Muscle tension. Muscle tension is an adaptive response of our body, Collins-Facteau said. It's our body's way of protecting itself from pain and injury. A chronic state of stress causes the muscles to maintain that tension, she said. In addition to tension, headaches, and migraines, this can also cause pain, especially in the neck, shoulders, and back. 3. Gastrointestinal problems. People who suffer from chronic stress may feel like they have a knot in their stomach and could even develop gastrointestinal problems such as irritable bowel syndrome, Fisher said. This is due to reduced blood flow and oxygen supply to the stomach when dealing with stress, says Collins-Facteau. Inflammation, cramps, and disruption of gut bacteria are other ways chronic stress can affect your digestive system. 4. Anxiety and depression. It goes without saying that anxiety and depression are two of the most common manifestations of chronic stress. Research shows that environmental stressors like poverty can contribute to depression. In addition, other forms of chronic stress, such as cancer or heart disease, are also associated with increased rates of mental disorders. 5. Heart problems. You've probably heard that stress kills, right? Collins-Facteau said. A major risk is that chronic stress can lead to problems such as high blood pressure and heart disease, which is why it is crucial to manage stress as best as possible. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, stress can lead to inflammation, which can lead to lower levels of good cholesterol and high blood pressure, both of which can have negative effects on your heart. Additionally, the American Heart Association notes that good sleep is an important way to maintain or improve heart health, and as mentioned above, Chronic stress disrupts rest, creating a vicious cycle. Dealing with chronic stress is challenging, but there are some ways to deal with it. The first step is learning to identify the causes of stress and recognizing this as an opportunity for change, Collins Facteau said. This does not mean that you simply eliminate the problem causing chronic stress immediately, as this is often not an option. Instead, you need to adjust your lifestyle to better manage stress. Different people need different things to keep their stress levels under control. Fisher noted, "You may need to relax on the couch to give your body a physical break, or you may want to burn off some energy by running or playing basketball." Managing stress could also mean eating a balanced breakfast before heading off to your stressful job or maintaining your support system, Collins Facteau suggested. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can also help you understand what your body needs to cope with the chronic stressor. Fisher noted, whether it's more relaxation, nature walks, or time with friends, don't be afraid to seek professional help. If you feel like you need additional support, you can reach out to a mental health professional who is trained to help you with this, Fisher emphasized. If you are experiencing chronic stress symptoms that are interfering with your daily functioning, it is important to get support sooner rather than later.